Ladies and gentlemen, let me ask you something. When was the last time you truly paused to marvel at the machine inside your head? No, not your phone. Your brain. At the human brain and organ, weighing about 3 pounds is not just the control center of your body. It is the birthplace of every idea, every emotion, every innovation, every rebellion, and every dream you've ever dared to chase. It has no off switch. While you sleep, it edits your memories. While you stress, it plots solutions. And when you're inspired, it lights up like fireworks. But here's the twist. Most of us don't understand how to make it work for us. We let anxiety hijack it. We let fear bully it. We let comparison shrink it. Here's the truth. Your brain is not your enemy. It's your most loyal companion. And like any relationship, it needs care, clarity, and connection. Train it. Feed it good thoughts, challenge it, rest it, and most importantly, believe in its infinite capacity. Because when your brain works with you, there's no stage too big, no dream too bold, and no wall too high. The brain is a marvel more intricate than any supercomputer, more intuitive than any algorithm, and more creative than any man-made invention. It is the birthplace of every decision we make, from the smallest impulse to the boldest ambition. What's truly fascinating is that despite its complexity, it operates seamlessly in the background, orchestrating billions of processes breathing, blinking, thinking without asking for a thank you. Every skill we've learned, every memory we've stored, every lesson we've survived, they all live within the folds of this incredible organ. And yet, too often, we underestimate its role in shaping not just our biology, but our destiny. Think about it. Every great artist, scientist, activist, and innovator began with a single, seemingly ordinary brain just like yours and mine. The difference was never in the hardware, but in the belief in what that brain could achieve. The brain doesn't discriminate between dreams. It doesn't say, this one's too big, or you're not qualified. Those doubts come from the stories we feed it, not from its own potential. Your brain was built to problem solve, to imagine, to learn, and to evolve. And when it's fueled by purpose and passion, it doesn't just function, it ignites. Yet, we live in a world that constantly glorifies external tools, the latest tech, the newest trends, the most advanced gadgets. But the truth is, the most powerful tool you'll ever have was with you from the moment you were born. It's the tool that can rewire pain into purpose, fear into focus, and confusion into clarity. The brain is not just an organ, it's your creative director, your strategist, your motivator, and your lifelong teammate. If you treat it like the treasure it is, it will take you places even your imagination hasn't visited yet. Despite being gifted with a brain that is capable of extraordinary brilliance, we often fall into the trap of using it against ourselves. We allow it to replay old failures, cling to negative thoughts, and loop unhelpful self-talk that chips away at our confidence. Our brain can become a prison of self-doubt if we don't learn how to manage its narrative. It's easy to forget that the brain is neutral, it only echoes what it's fed. If we constantly nourish it with fear, worry, and judgment, it learns to expect and reproduce those emotions. This isn't weakness, it's conditioning. And most of us were never taught how to consciously reprogram it. What's even more dangerous is how quickly the brain can accept limitation as fact. A single rejection becomes a personal truth. One mistake turns into a lifetime of hesitation. The brain learns patterns, and if those patterns are rooted in insecurity or external validation, we begin to live according to them without realizing we've handed over control. We begin to shrink our goals, silence our ideas, or delay our growth not because our brain lacks ability, but because we've trained it to respond to doubt instead of curiosity, to fear instead of courage. The misunderstanding deepens when we confuse overthinking for intelligence or anxiety for preparedness. We wear stress like a badge of honor, as if a constantly busy mind is a sign of ambition. But the brain wasn't designed to operate in chaos all the time. When we overstimulate it, ignore its need for rest, or surround it with toxic environments, it starts to malfunction creatively, emotionally, and even physically. It's not that we're broken. It's that we haven't learned how to work with our brain instead of working against it. When misunderstood or misused, even the most powerful engine stalls. One of the most empowering truths of modern neuroscience is this: neuroplasticity is real. Your brain is not fixed, and your wiring is not permanent. The outdated belief that our brain stops evolving after a certain age has been shattered by science, and more importantly, by stories of real people who have defied their circumstances by changing their mindset. Neuroplasticity means your brain can form new connections, create new habits, and let go of outdated patterns if given the right stimulation. It's like a garden that can bloom again and again as long as you're willing to pull the weeds and plant something new. But rewiring the brain isn't instant, it's intentional. It takes effort, patience, and practice. Whether you're trying to overcome a fear, build a new skill, or heal from past trauma, the process begins with consistent, conscious choices. Every time you challenge a limiting belief, push through resistance, or choose growth over comfort, you're literally reshaping your brain's architecture. The more you repeat a thought or behavior, the stronger that neural pathway becomes. It's like building a mental highway at first. It's rough and uncertain. But with repetition, it becomes a clear route your brain can travel more easily. And the best part? Age doesn't disqualify you. Neuroplasticity exists in children, yes, but also in adults, elders, and even those recovering from neurological damage. The ability to change isn't a privilege of youth, it's a gift we carry with us, quietly waiting to be claimed. That means it's never too late to think differently, learn something new, or redefine who you are. Your brain is listening, it's adapting. And with every choice you make, you are quite literally becoming a new version of yourself. Just like the body needs movement and nourishment to thrive, the brain craves rhythm, rest, and mental clarity to perform at its peak. We often romanticize hustle culture late nights, constant stimulation, endless multitasking, but that lifestyle comes at a cost. The brain is not designed to run on fumes. It needs quality sleep to process information, organize memories, and reset emotionally. It needs silence to recharge. It needs boundaries to filter out the chaos of overstimulation. Without these basic forms of care, even the sharpest mind becomes foggy, reactive, and eventually burned out. Mental fitness, like physical fitness, is not about intensity, it's about consistency. Feeding the brain with positive, high-quality input is just as important as removing what drains it. What you read, listen to, watch, and talk about these things shape your neural environment. You can't expect mental clarity if your daily diet is negativity, gossip, and overstimulation. Practices like mindfulness, journaling, meditation, or even 10 minutes of conscious breathing can dramatically improve cognitive flexibility, focus, and emotional regulation. These aren't luxury rituals, they're brain hygiene. And the best part is, they're accessible to anyone, anywhere, regardless of age, background, or lifestyle. Just as important are the emotional habits we cultivate. Gratitude strengthens resilience. Curiosity fosters creativity. Compassion builds emotional intelligence. Even laughter activates areas of the brain that boost mood, reduce stress, and improve problem solving. Mental habits aren't just about what we avoid, they're also about what we create. When we prioritize peace, purpose, and presence, we give the brain space to do what it does best: adapt, grow, and lead us toward our highest potential. When your mind is in harmony with your purpose, your brain becomes more than an organ, it becomes a compass. It starts recognizing opportunity where others see obstacles. It begins to craft creative solutions before problems even arise. And that's not luck, or magic, or mystery. That's the power of a trained, focused, and self-aware brain working with you, not against you. Alignment doesn't mean perfection. It means clarity. It means that your thoughts, emotions, and intentions are all pointed in the same direction, creating momentum that's both intuitive and unstoppable. Too often, we chase productivity without presence. We hustle harder without asking if we're headed where we truly want to go. But when the brain is aligned with your inner vision, your energy becomes smarter, not just louder. You start to notice patterns, connect dots, and move with more conviction. Distractions lose their power. Comparisons fade. You no longer rely solely on motivation. You move from conviction. The brain, once trained in this way, becomes a partner in your progress. It supports your growth, guides your instincts, and builds your confidence from the inside out. So, the next time you doubt yourself, pause and remember the power that already lives within you. You don't need to have it all figured out. You just need to start listening to your brain, trusting its process, and treating it like the extraordinary force it is. Because this isn't just about neuroscience. This is about owning your potential, reclaiming your narrative, and realizing that your greatest asset has always been with you wired for growth, resilience, and brilliance. The world doesn't need a perfect version of you. It needs the most aware version of you. So align, evolve, and let your brain lead the way. The rest, you're more than capable of figuring it out. Thank you.